Hey, welcome to the channel. My name is Abigail. Today I'm going to be sharing the examples of negative associations that you can build with your emotions and how this leads to suppression. This is part 2 in my series on emotional suppression. If you want to watch part 1 to learn about why we suppress our emotions and how to begin healing this, you can click the video in the link above. But let's begin. So, why do we create negative associations with our emotions? So in childhood, the way our parents treated us taught us how to treat us in relation to our emotions. So right now, if you struggle with this, you likely do exactly what your parents did to you, to yourself. And if your parents shamed, punished, guilted you for your emotions, you now probably shame, punish, and guilt yourself for your emotions. Emotion is energy in motion, and I equate this like widespread stagnation we have. Like, a lot of people aren't really growing. They're like, you meet someone and they're the same person they were 20 years ago. Energy in motion. When we suppress our emotions, we stagnate our growth. We aren't able to move forward in life. And so what are some examples of these negative associations that we can have with our emotions? So number 1 is dismissive support. So this is support that looks like support on the outside, but is actually dismissal. So when parents say things like, it's okay, you're fine, just get over it, just laugh it off, it seems supportive on the outside, but it makes you feel lonely. You didn't have someone to really be there with you, feel your emotions with you, be in the experience with you. So you start to connect your emotions with loneliness. If your parents behaved really fearfully in rage, then you start to connect, being angry or someone else being angry with danger, being unsafe physically or emotionally. If your parents were manipulative and you witnessed them manipulating others with their emotions or manipulating you with their emotions, fake crying, that type of thing, emotions then become linked to confusion. If you were shamed or guilted for having certain emotions, sadness is a big one that a lot of us experience for this. You're too sensitive, stop whining, you're being disruptive, you're annoying me. If you're treated like a burden, you start to associate being sad with shame and guilt. Something's wrong with me. When I feel this, there's just something wrong. And children are way more intuitive than we really give them credit for. Like, you can feel all of the tension, all of the danger, all of the reactions to you. And we can also create negative associations with our positive emotions. If you've ever noticed how, do people in the world, do they really look happy? Like, a little bit, maybe. We all are friendly and polite most of the time, most people. But are we really happy? I'm gonna explain why we aren't. So a lot of us didn't have a parent to share our joy or excitement with us. So when we were really happy or excited about something and we went to our parents and we were like, hey, share this with me, experience this with me, they were just emotionally unavailable. And they couldn't, be in a shared present experience with us. For whatever reasons, they suppressed their own emotions, their own happiness. So then we learned that our emotions became connected to loneliness. Again, loneliness, where we just feel alone in the world and start questioning ourselves. Like, why doesn't anyone else feel the way I do? Why does everyone around me treat me? Why can't anyone share this with me? And so children have a lot of light, a lot of love, a lot of excitement, and they're often shamed and punished for this, like told they're hyperactive or you have ADHD, or ADHD can be a true diagnosis, I know, but and so if you were shamed or punished for your excitement, then you start to associate being joyful, being excited with shame, punishment, being a burden, being rejected, distance from your parents, emotional unavailability. If your parents, secretly envied you or were triggered by your expression of your excitement or joy, this is a big one. And you kind of have this felt sense every time you're happy of like, something's wrong with mom. Something's not right about dad right now. And then it makes you feel unsafe, and you start to equate your joy, your excitement, with danger, this general feeling of tension, distance, rejection, jealousy, being punished, because jealousy, envy can lead to punishment, right? So you start to create these patterns with your positive emotions, and when we create these patterns, they're not really positive emotions anymore, are they? Every time you feel joy, it just turns into anxiety. Every time you feel excitement, it turns into fear. How are people going to react around me? Another example is like performative emotions. So children are intuitive. When you witnessed your parents like being fake happy or fake positive in front of their friends, and then you have this feeling of like, why is mom acting like she's happy, but as soon as they leave she's mad again? Or what I'm feeling from her state doesn't really match how she's projecting herself to these people. And so that creates confusion. You now connect happiness to confusion or manipulation. So when we have one simple emotion, anger, sadness, and it's connected to this whole giant interconnected web of traumatic past experiences, being shamed, being invalidated, being rejected, being dismissed, being lonely, feeling like no one gets you, feeling like no one understands you. When something makes you feel angry, you are now not just feeling angry, you're feeling anger and that entire web of shame, loneliness, sadness, pain. And we can see how that makes it a lot harder for the body not to suppress it. It's like the body kind of knows how to hold off. It knows like what you care not ready to feel. Like the more you start healing, the more your body will bring up for you to heal. And if it knows you can't feel everything that's related to your sadness or your anger, it's just going to shut down your anger altogether. How do we heal this? You want to trust your own internal guidance system. You will know what your next step is, how to do this. In my last video, we talked about setting a simple low pressure intention. This is what I'm working on for this season, how to stop suppressing my emotions. You've already done a huge step by learning about it and watching this video, but safety would be a good first step that I would start on. Feeling emotionally safe with yourself. So you can ask yourself this question: what thoughts and behaviors towards myself are emotionally harmful? And just keep an eye out in your day-to-day life and see if you notice when you're being emotionally harmful to yourself, when you're not taking yourself seriously, when you're invalidating yourself. And reflection is a big one. Asking yourself questions like, which ones of these examples have you experienced? Which ones did you experience the most? Dismissive support, fear, angry outbursts, shaming, punishment. I know for me, I was told I was too sensitive for my entire childhood. I am a Pisces, so I am really emotional, but everyone is sensitive. Every child is deeply sensitive. We're supposed to be sensitive. We're supposed to have emotions, have feelings. Feelings is a part of life. And if you're having trouble remembering your past, remembering what your childhood was like, which a lot of trauma survivors struggle with, I know some of you on this channel are older as well, your present is always an indicator of what your past was like. The universe has this beautiful way of repeating patterns in our life, so we don't have to remember our entire childhood. We have it all laid out in front of us via the people, partners, friends, and family that we have in our life right now. So do some reflecting on your current life stance. Does your partner invalidate your emotions? Are your friends scared of anger? How do your friends deal with their emotions? How does your partner deal with his emotions? How does your family deal with their emotions? Does anyone talk about their feelings? Is everyone numb? Is everything surface level? We all just pretend we're fine when we're not fine inside. Do some reflecting on that. And if you like to know more about have a blueprint of what a healthy relationship looks like with your emotions, you can watch my next video. But don't forget to subscribe, and comment on this one. We'll see you in the next one.